Hi, Indian Hill families. My name is Mr. Engelman. I'm the principal here, and Mr. Thomas and I, who you'll meet in the next video in a minute, are working on a video to help welcome you, since we can't do a regular open house, and make you feel comfortable about the new things that we have implemented here at Indian Hill this year. So these next couple videos segments that we'll make, we'll go over different procedures like our new drop-off and pickup procedures, walking in the hallways, different classroom expectations, just to make sure that you feel the most safe sending your kids here to school. We are very excited to see our kindergartners coming on Monday. So hopefully this video will be very informative and will make you feel much more comfortable.
Hello, Jaguar kindergartners and families. Can't wait to welcome you into our building come Monday. And I would say future kindergartners, but I know you've all been attending school for a few weeks and you've done a great job on the computers, but we cannot wait to see you here come Monday morning. So I wanted to introduce myself. Again, my name is Mr. Thomas. I'm what's called the student liaison here at Indian Hill. I serve many roles. Your kids will see me a lot around the building. Pop into their classrooms a lot. They'll see me on the playground. They'll see me in the lunchroom. They'll see me in the hallways. They'll see me in the breakfast area if they ever come there to eat in the morning. So I look forward to getting to know all of them face to face. I look forward to helping and getting to know all of you over the next few days and weeks and months and years that you're here with us at Indian Hill. My role is to support you and your children in any way that I can. So if that has anything to do with things that are happening in the building, things to do with outside of the building, community resources, anything that you might need to make your experience here at Indian Hill go smooth and that your children can do the best they can when they're learning in the classroom. So a couple things that I'll be doing every day is that I'll be always in the breakfast room. So I wanted to take one quick minute. We'll leave my office here in a second. And I wanted to take a quick minute to show you guys what it will look like if you come into school for breakfast.
Okay, Indian Hill families, the first thing that I am going to show you is our drop-off with bus, and if you're doing a parent drop-off in your car. So it is mostly similar. There's just a few differences that I'll show you. So as you can see here, we still have our normal pickup lane that'll be the same. So in the morning you'll come in. If you're dropping off your kid yourself, you'll come down through our pickup lane here. We won't have safeties like we normally do that I'll open the car for you and let you out. You'll let your kid out one at a time when you get down to the end here. When they get down to the end, they'll cross. We'll have somebody to help them cross over the bus lane here, and they will enter now from two different doors. So they may, if they're a 3rd through 5th grader, they will enter down the main door down there. If you are a kindergartner through 2nd grader, when you cross, you will walk down this way and you will enter down here in our K2 doors so that they don't have to walk so far in the hallways. We will have noon hours outside. Mrs. Thompson, Mrs. Collins, Mrs. Bauer out here to make sure that you guys feel comfortable, and Mrs. Bradley as well to help monitor any kindergartners coming in, because I know it's going to be your guys' first day and I don't want you guys to feel nervous, and we'll make sure that everyone's getting to their space that they need to go.
Okay guys, so like I talked about, one of the things that we'll do here every morning at Indian Hill is that we serve breakfast. Breakfast is free to all of our students, so we certainly welcome and encourage everyone that needs to or can take advantage of the breakfast program to come on in and do so. Breakfast starts here at Indian Hill at 8:20. The parking lot will be much less crowded than at regular drop-off times. Buses will have barely started to roll in. So as far as the procedures that Mr. Engelman described about drop-off, you'll find it's a lot less congested at that time of day, a lot less crowded. So 8:20 is when breakfast starts. The kiddos will come right to the main doors. You can see behind me where the drop-off lane would be, where the orange cones are at. You can see behind me the crossing path with the yellow lines on the ground there. That's where students would walk across the street with the assistance from our staff, as Mr. Engelman described in the drop-off procedures. Kids will come right in, right through the main front doors, and then we'll walk right down to the cafeteria. Right in through the main front doors, just past our main office, down the hallway, just around the corner, really quickly, right here to our brand new kitchen area. Right inside these doors, the kids will go in, they'll grab their breakfast. You see where they walk down the line. Miss Diane, our kitchen manager, helps get all that situated. the kiddos walk right in here to our cafeteria, and they'll be seated where you'll see we have this spots of the cafeteria spread out for the kiddos with a red X at each table. Okay, so there will be 3 kids to each table in the cafeteria right now. Once the kiddos make it in with their food, they simply find a seat, and behind me you'll see the big Indian Hill logo. There's a giant drop down screen that comes down there. I usually have announcements for the day up there. There's oftentimes music playing in here and just some fun ways to get their day going. So again, we encourage all the students to come in for breakfast if that's an option for you. 8:20 begins our breakfast time. When we finish breakfast down here, the kids do make their way to their classrooms on their own. I stay in here with the kids while they finish up, and when the kids are done eating, they simply exit the cafeteria and head on down to their room. So we'll take a little quick walk down the hall just to show you how close that is. Looking from your students' point of view now, they could walk out the cafeteria doors, walk down our hallways, which again, come Monday the 5th, kindergarten will be the only students in the building, and they'll have the opportunity with lots of assistance from our staff to make their way down to their classrooms. Okay? Right here happens to be the first kindergarten room, which is Mr. Hernandez. Just a very quick walk. There he is. Down the hall to the very end. No turns. No getting thrown off by having to go down a separate hallway. All the way straight down the end of the red line in the hallway. Another new measure to help keep our kiddos distance and safe when they're in the building. All the way straight down to the end, you will find Mrs. Larson's classroom. I tell the kids all the time, you walk down there and you will run straight into it. You can't miss it. And then I also make sure to let them know that she's the one with the funny flag out front. If you have Mrs. Good for kindergarten, you'll simply continue down the corner and turn in, and Mrs. Good's classroom is right there. Again, just a really quick, short walk.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like as your child comes into the school. So as you can see here, as I told you before, if you're a 3rd through 5th grade student, you would be entering down here. I'm going to show you what a kindergartner through 2nd grade student would look like entering through here. So you can see we'll have these doors open. We will have a staff member here greeting them. And you can see here we'll have our hand sanitizing station so the students can hand sanitize their hands before they walk in. We have lines that we have put up in the hallway to separate each side. So on the right side would be one-way traffic, on that side would be one-way traffic coming the other way. So students would enter, they would continue to socially distance, and if you're a kindergartner, if you're in Mrs. Good's room, you're gonna enter right into here. If you are in Mrs. Larson's room, you're gonna enter right into here. And then you can see we have lines going down this main hallway. So if you're in Mr. Hernandez's room, you would walk down. And again, we will have staff members all throughout the building in the morning making sure the kindergartners know where to go. But if you're Mr. Hernandez, you'll walk down this hallway and enter into his room here. Okay everyone, so our next video I'm going to show you guys is our new lunch procedure. So as you can see here, I have put X's on the floor that are 6 feet apart. So this is so that students, when they come down to the lunchroom, if they're going to be purchasing lunch, they can stand at their appropriate spot so they're continuing to be socially distanced. And they'll walk into our brand new kitchen that we have here. And you can see I have spots that are 6 feet apart in here. They'll come through. They will ask what things they want. All their stuff will be put on the tray for them, and then the tray will be given to them at the end. They can pay for their lunch here. They'll come through and they'll walk across into our cafeteria, where they will then have an assigned seat that they will sit at each day. And as you can see here, I've numbered all of the seats, so students will have a seating chart. They are spread out 6 feet apart, and they will eat their lunch in here. We're changing it up from what we did in the past. Before, students used to go to recess first and then come into lunch, but to help with hand washing and just make sure that students are sanitizing, they will eat lunch first. So they'll wash their hands in the classroom. The teacher will dismiss them down to the lunchroom where the noon hours will meet them. They will get their lunch, eat their lunch first, and then they will wash their hands as they leave, or hand sanitize their hands as they leave to go out to the playground. So students will still be able to go outside for recess. They will wear their masks when they are outside. In order to make sure that we are keeping students socially distanced, we are going to have zones out here on the playground. So I'm going to break the playground up into 3 areas that the students will rotate, and they'll stay with their class in that same spot each day. Then they'll rotate to a different one the next day. So our first area will be this back field area here that students can spread out, and will have their own materials that they will use, and that can then be sanitized after the class leaves. Our second spot will be on the playground here. So those students will be able to play on these play structures. And then our third zone is going to be on the soccer field over here, which again, just like the field, we will have items for them to be able to use while they're playing outside. So this last video that I'm going to make for you is our dismissal. So our dismissal will be a little bit different. We're just trying to space people out a little bit more. We know that our parking lot can get a little crowded during dismissal, so we're going to work on ways to try to alleviate that issue. So the big thing you'll notice is we'll have different zones of where grade levels will be released. So if you're picking your child up, you'll still park like you normally do right out here, and you'll walk up. Please make sure that you have a mask on when you come to pick your child up, and that you maintain 6 feet from others. First grade will come out the normal door that they did last year, and they will spread out, and you can come pick them up here. If you are a kindergarten parent and you have Mrs. Good or Mrs. Larson, you will walk around and pick up on their outside doors, which will be right here. If you're a second grade family, you will go all the way down here and go across where the recess doors were in my previous video. That's where we will have second grade pickup. And then third, fourth, and fifth, we will have exit through the main door over there, and they're a little bit older and they can walk and come find you if you have another child that you're picking up that is in K through 2. But this way it'll help spread everybody out and make it a little bit safer for picking your child up. I also did not mention Mr. Hernandez, which is our third kindergarten teacher. He has an exit door that is also right here in the front. So if you're picking up your kindergartner in his room, you will park and you will come to this door right here. So those are all of our videos. We are very, very excited to see you in the next few weeks. I will also be sending out a Loom video to you that talks about all of these procedures too. If you have questions, always feel free to reach out. We just want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you feel safe bringing your child back. And we're so excited to see you again, and we can't wait until Monday.